This is a worked example on how to find the domain of a power function. So this question is actually not very hard at all, but I want to demonstrate kind of the setup and how we can see that this is kind of an easy solution. So what you want to do is you want to take advantage of the formula that states that if you have x to the mn, that's the same thing as the nth root of x to the m. So we're going to take big advantage of this formula to rewrite this in terms of a root function, which we hopefully do know how to find the domain of. So this thing is actually going to be equal to the third root of x squared times the third root of x minus 7. Now, if you really wanted to, you could actually combine these together into the following. And sure, this is useful and all, but let's take a look at what's happening. You might be tempted, like in the case of a regular root, to kind of pull out the insides and find out when they're greater than or equal to 0. But remember that if I have an odd radical function, the domain is negative infinity to infinity. And this is an odd, third degree radical function. And so all I would need to do is just verify that there are no asymptotes in my function. And I think pretty clearly nothing in this function is going to be divided by 0. And so the domain in this case is actually pretty trivially negative infinity to infinity. And it's very easy to see that after you do the setup, taking advantage of that formula. So maybe a bit of a cheeky question to ask for the worked example, but setup is very, very key in these types of questions. If you can set it up into a root function and you can use your analysis skills from the previous section, that's going to carry you all the way through these types of problems.